to the Art Lab in a Box, everybody. It is Sam, and I'm here today to make some crystals with you. Let's open up our box and see what we need inside. To make your crystal Tic Tac Toe game, this is what we need. We need a 1 cup measuring cup, and we need 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. We need this bag of borax. So borax is like a cleaning solution, so you want to make sure you're not eating this or tasting this. It won't be good for you. And then we have our food colorings because we're gonna do some colors. And then we have our 2 wooden sticks, and we need also our 10 white pipe cleaners. And then I have here 2 kind of like fishbowl looking jars. You can use bowls, you can use cups, you can use whatever you have that you can use. You can even use styrofoam cups. I want to have like 2 bowls because we're going to be hanging stuff off of these pipe cleaners and hanging them in there so that they hang in the bowl. That's how we're going to grow our crystals. So once we get to that step, I'll show you a little bit more details so you can have a better idea. But basically you need 2 bowls or cups that this can sit on the top of without falling in. So if it was a big bowl, it might fall in. It has to be able to sit on top like that and room for your crystals to grow inside. I have my kettle here. I'm going to be using that. So you're going to need help from an adult for this one just to get the boiling water. And then you should be able to do the rest, okay? So we're gonna use our boiling water later, put it off to the side, okay? So go ahead, press pause, get everything you need, and we can press play when we're ready to start. The first thing we're gonna need is our popsicle sticks and your pipe cleaners. Okay, so get those ready and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to be making a total of 10 crystals, guys. So what we want to do is we want to take a pipe cleaner, and with the end of it, you want to cross it like that, and you want to wrap it around the top like this. So you have it like that. And then you're going to want to do that 5 times. Okay, so you want to put 5 on one of your sticks, and then you want to do the same thing to the other side, keeping them kind of close together, but enough far apart so that they're not stuck together. So 1. Okay, so that is the first step. You want to have 2 sticks with 5 pipe cleaners on each, like this. Okay, go ahead, press pause and press play again when you're ready. Oh no, I dipped mine in the red. That's okay, I'm gonna wipe that off. Once these are done, we are gonna want to make sure that these can fit inside of here so that they're gonna kind of rest on the stick like this, okay? And we're gonna make little balls at the end with our pipe cleaner. So I'm gonna take the first one and I'm gonna roll it up or crunch it up. I'm gonna roll about halfway like this so that when I put it inside my jar, it reaches like almost the bottom. So let's test this one. See how I crunch it in a little ball? And then once it rests on top, that is perfect. It's not quite touching the bottom. So when I dip this in, all of my crystals are gonna be in the liquid in here growing. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm better at showing, so let's do that. So I'm gonna take the other one. This one I dipped it on accident in my red paint, but that's okay because we're gonna add color to them anyways. There we go. I'm gonna make mine a little bit different height so that they're not touching each other when they get into the jar. There you go. You can bend them so that they're not touching each other. You want them to not touch each other. There we go. Let's test it out. We put it in here. Perfect. See how it kind of just dangles inside there like that? It's not quite touching the bottom, but these will be dangling in there. That is perfect. Okay, so go ahead and do that to the other side. Make little balls at the end of it. These are what's gonna be the crystal, and then press play when you have these all set up, okay? Okay, my second stick is done. See how I kind of bended the pipe cleaners to keep them away from each other so that when I put them in here, they aren't touching each other like that. You see that? All right, so if you did that, it is time to mix our borax and hot water mixture. So this part, I would get a little bit of help of an adult depending on how old you are. We are going to be using boiling water, okay? So go ahead and get your measuring cups ready. Get your borax ready. And you can mix yours in the bowls that you're gonna be using. Just take these out and mix them in like that. I was gonna use my styrofoam cups, but I think I'm just gonna mix it directly in here so you guys can kind of see what is happening. Okay, so I'm gonna go boil some water, and you should do the same. And when you're ready, press play, and I'm gonna show you what to do. Okay, I'm ready to pour in my hot water. I'm gonna put 2 cups of boiling water in each one of my jars, okay? So you're gonna want adults help with this. Like I said, borax is a toxic substance. You don't want to ingest that. It could be dangerous. So this is kind of a risky craft, but I mean, it's gonna be so awesome. So I'm gonna put 2 cups in each jar. This. I'm gonna put my pipe cleaners in to see if it's gonna fit in the water. Okay, so go ahead, press pause, and add in 2 cups of hot boiling water into each one of your bowls or jars with the help of a parent, okay? Now that you're done that, it is time to take out the borax. Like I said, this is a chemical used for cleaning, so make sure you don't ingest it, and you always wash your hands after using it. Once your crystals are made, it will be perfectly safe to touch, but for now, let's take the extra precaution. So with our 2 cups in here, we are going to need about 6 to 8 scoops of this. So I'm just gonna start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna start with that, and then I'll do 6 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then it looks like we have about enough for 1 more tablespoon in each one. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use the rest of my borax crystals. Then I'm gonna take a metal spoon and I'm gonna stir it until it dissolves. I'm gonna slowly and carefully stir in my borax until it is all dissolved. Okay, now that my borax is stirred in, I am gonna be adding some color to the mixture. So you can pick what color you want. We're making a Tic Tac Toe game, so we're only gonna do 2 colors. You can add in a mixture of 2 colors, or you can just do whatever you would like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a teal color. I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops. And then I'm gonna stir it in so it's a nice blue color. And then I'm gonna add just like 4 drops of green. 1, 2, 3, 4. To make it kind of like a mermaid underwater kind of teal color that I love. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. Okay, and then in my other one, I think I'm gonna do like a purple color. So for purple, I'm gonna add 10 of red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That. And then maybe like 2 blues. The blue is very overpowering, so you need more red than blue. And let's just stir and see what happens. Yes, it's kind of made like a burgundy kind of purple. I'm gonna add another blue. Maybe another couple more blues. There you go. So I have like a teal color and a purple color. Make sure it's mixed up really nice. And there we go. We are ready to put our pipe cleaners in. So go ahead, press pause, add some color to your borax mix, and play again when you're ready. Okay, now that I have my pipe cleaner thing ready to go, my crystals are ready to grow, sorry. I am going to lower them in to the liquid, and I can see some of them are not reaching the liquid. They're not long enough, so I'm just gonna untangle it a little bit so it gets a little longer. Make sure they fit in. Let's try that again. These ones look like they could be a little bit longer. I'm gonna be careful when you're doing this. This is why we should measure it before. There we go. Let's put them in. Yes, perfect. So now I can see all of my pipe cleaners. The ball part is dipped into the liquid. Beautiful. You want to make sure it's not touching the bottom, but it's in the liquid enough that it's gonna grow some crystals. Okay, perfect. I have my purple ones going. Now I'm gonna do the same with this one. If you want, you can measure it by putting it on the side and see if it's gonna reach in. This is the tricky part. Almost all of mine reach in except for this guy. I'm gonna make it a bit longer. And perfect, they are all in. So you just wanna make sure they're not touching each other inside the water. The pipe cleaners can be touching each other, but the part that's actually dipped in, they should be floating on their own. So just so you can see, the purple things are just dipped right in there. This one's a little more see-through. These are all just dipped in there. So we're gonna grow crystals at the end of the pipe cleaner. Okay, so this is the part where we have to wait for them to grow. The only other thing we have to do now is let's get our cool bag ready, and we are going to dye it with our colors. All right, so go ahead, get this and press play when you're ready. Oh, using the food coloring, I am gonna dye my bag so that it's nice and colorful. This is what I'm gonna put my crystals in this bag. So I'm just gonna put down a piece of plastic underneath it because it's gonna soak through. And once again, I'm gonna be using my droppers to dye this. So for this, all you wanna do now is you wanna get your bag a little bit wet. I have a bit of water here. You can just put it under the sink if you want. I'm just gonna put it on, get the bag nice and wet. It's best if you put it under water in the sink or something. Rub the water around, get it nice and wet on both sides. Perfect, this canvas is pretty waterproof. I'm gonna get the bag nice and wet. There you go. It's wet, and you do exactly, actually, so go ahead, press pause, and get your bag nice and wet, not completely soaked, but damp. Squeeze it out, and then come and put it on a piece of plastic or a plate or something that can get the food coloring on it. All right, I love this part. You just take your food colorings and drop it on however you like. You can do dot patterns. I'm gonna do like a tie-dye pattern because I just love that. Let's do, actually we'll do green next. Green around like that. You can do so much with food coloring. I just love it. And this should be soaking through to the other side. Let's check it. Yep, it is. So you can just keep it in one space and only do the other side. Let's skip to blue next. I did so many projects with these and I still have so much left over. It really helps if you just use a little bit instead of pouring out a whole bunch at once, which, I mean, it's hard not to do that because it is so fun to use food coloring. Okay, my crystal bag is all dyed. Now we have to wait for our crystals to crystallize and we have to wait for our bag to dry. So what we want to do now is put our art projects in a safe place that isn't going to get knocked over by anybody, and we're going to come back and check on them in a few hours. All right, everyone, it is the moment of truth. We are going to see if our crystals grew. It's been about probably 20 hours for me. You only need 12, but I waited about 20 and oh my goodness, look at that. Look at those crystals sparkle. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, my purple ones worked. Maybe let's get a napkin to put it on. Okay, there we go. We have the 5 purple ones. And then let's check the blues. Yes. Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. These are so cool. I can't believe I just grew these. Okay, so now you have to safely dispose of this liquid. Have an adult help you get rid of it. It has borax in it, so you don't need to keep that. Now we're just going to cut the crystals off the end of our pipe cleaners as close as you can, like that. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. Wow, these are really cool and they're very solid, like a rock, like a real crystal. Cut my purple ones off. I'm getting as close to the crystal as possible. If your pipe cleaner has some on it, that's okay. Try to get it as close to the end as possible. There we go. I'm gonna let these dry for a little bit, but oh my goodness, these are just stunning. Okay, so get these off, out, cut them, and let them dry on a paper towel. And something very important I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to wash my hands and get rid of these, okay? Because just because I said the borax, it's good to wash it off your skin, okay? So I'm gonna go wash my hands. You cut yours off and wash your hands as well, and press play when you're ready and get your little bag that you dyed ready. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to make this into like a little travel tic-tac-toe game. So to make a tic-tac-toe game, you might already know this, but if not, just get any marker you have. The darker color, the better. And just draw some crisscross lines. 2 across, 2 going down. I'm gonna try to make it as straight as I can, but I'm just gonna do my best here. There we go. Now we have a little tic-tac-toe game that you can play. You can travel with it. These are so cute. Oh my gosh, see, if I put one there, I would win. Okay, and then you just take your crystals when you're done. I am obsessed with these. And you can put them in your tie-dye bag like that. And then there's 2 strings here. You just pull it like this. Actually, you pull one at a time. That works better. And there you go. You have your own travel, really fun, cool crystal tic-tac-toe game. I'm obsessed with this. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I had so much fun making crystal tic-tac-toe with you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!